Hey, yo, it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk. Thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate it. You know, most time when I make these videos, I show you a pretty good game, lots of damage, lots of good stuff going on. But sometimes the lesson learned in a game comes from kind of a singular act along the way. And even though it doesn't turn into a 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 damage game, Top Gun, Radley Walters, or whatever, it actually is important to winning the game and more important to you staying alive and doing some damage. So I've loaded in here with my Scorpion on Erlenberg. We are in a 5-10 battle, so not too bad. I am bottom tier, but it's only 2 tiers, and we're going to head over to the west side with the Scorpion, which is pretty standard for a TD. You can see that it's a standard setup, and what usually happens is we get over towards this castle, us in the south, and the north team up in the north part of that hill right there, and there's quite a bit of sniping and peek-a-booming and all kinds of stuff going on. The thing about that is, even though that's the meta, sometimes that's not how it ends up working out, and you've got to adjust. So I'm going to come through. I'm just going to shoot it around downrange because usually there's someone sitting on the ridge right there and I might get a shot in there. You never know. One thing I will say about this tank is you don't have a lot of shells to waste, so you do have to be careful about random shots, but I'll just take that along the way. You also will highlight yourself doing that, lose some camo. My first clue that something was amiss is that right there. I got lit coming around that corner, which means that potentially someone's up here tucked into the hill, into the castle already, or maybe there's a light back in here somewhere. There's some bushes here where they can be, so they can get up there fast enough and the light guy's coming across. So that's my first clue, something's going on. I think, that's interesting. Things that make you say, The big danger there, of course, is I was lit and then I stopped. I'm trying to rock, but they got 2 arties, so I'm like, God, jeez, are these guys going to nuke me? But they don't, so I'll come on up here. I don't take any rounds. There's their little light. I definitely miss him, and I'll drop down, and then here comes a WZ-111. Wow, that guy pushed right up. Alright, that's not too unusual, but he does have a friend, and my help has not moved up too much, so I see him coming. I'm going to put a shot on him. Oh, geez, that didn't work. So I'll back up, get ready for peek. Oh, geez, okay. Well, that's a new one. That is not something you see every day. Unfortunately, he gets bounced. I'm running for it. I have to actually turn sideways. One of the reasons I had to do that is over the rear deck, the gun elevation is terrible, so I actually had to get an angle to even get a shot. Unfortunately, I end up bouncing. He hits me again, destroys my engine. I have to fix my engine on the run, and basically I am just running away to live. And that's just one of those things you've got to learn to do. When I saw that situation happening, there was no way I was going to outfight that guy right there. Plus, he had friends coming up. He was also going to have guys like these guys right here shooting through there. If I didn't just run away and take those hits, it was all over, and I made that decision pretty quick. That guy really, really wanted to kill me, so off I go, and I ran so far away. Is he going to hit me? A little dangerous stopping here, but I really wanted to kill him if I could. Holy cow, I'm glad they didn't shoot me. I had to have been still spotted, and I'm just going to dive down here. But what I'm going to do is we're not quite done over here, so I'm just going to stick around, but I'm going to go into the back of the map here and try to minimize their ability to see me. So if you look at the spotting rings, my view range and their spotting range, they're sitting right outside of that, so I can take these shots without getting spotted. I'll just back down just in case a scout gets up there. The other thing I'm worried about is one of their guys getting up on this hill, a scout or something coming up and over and then spotting all of us out here in this flat. But for the moment, we have an opportunity to maybe slow these guys down, which is what's on my mind right now. There, I got a shot. So I bounce one, I put one in him. I have switched to gold, kind of a critical phase right now, so I would like to be pinning. Unfortunately, I'm not reloaded for him to come across, but he does have a friend who wants to cross, so I'll punish him. The convoy sitting in the back. We've got the super Persh hold down, and then we've got 2 heavies holding on to the corner right there, the 2 corners. So in actuality, we're not in bad shape. It isn't great, but it's not bad. And I've just essentially run away and repositioned. See if I can get another shot. Maybe. Alright, so we'll kill this ice. No, we'll track him. That's alright, I'll get that back in a moment. I believe somebody else kills him here. Yep. And just waiting for guys to present themselves. Nothing much going on, so I'm going to push up into the trees up where the convoy is working. And get a better angle potentially on the IS-3, or maybe be able to hit the guys coming around the corner on the west side of the castle. I was going to push in. I said, you know what, let's stay as far back as possible, get into these trees with a little bit of camo off these guys, and let's see if we can't get some hits on on the enemy that keeps on pushing. So while it can be decisive for the enemy to push into the castle like they did from the north, if they're not careful, they can end up getting kind of chewed up like we're doing here with hidden guys in the back. So I fire in there. I can't quite kill him. I didn't really realize there was a wreck there. And I've just got that little hatch on the top. So maybe RNG owes me. What do you guys think? Does RNG owe me? I think it owes me. It owed me. So I snipe the guy's hatch from, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, almost 400 meters, not yards. Alright, so that's good. We kind of cleared that up. So we've just got the M449 Lima there. I didn't really move up until now because they had just too many, and I'm really a one-shot to nearly everybody. And I'm still alive, right? I moved in there. I looked for the meta to start developing. The meta did not develop. Somebody decided I had to go. And I decided quickly that, you know what, I am going to leave. There's no reason for me to sit here and die. Let me see if I can preserve myself with at least some hit points and stay in this game, and that's what I did. That's Brett the Hitman Ha moving in there. So the M449, oh, hold on. And that's what I was worried about. One of the reasons I didn't just pop up over and go after that M449 is I knew they had guys sitting back there still. So we'll take down the T44. Mess around a little bit trying to get shots on the TD, but the TD is actually going around the corner, and he's very busy with the guys pushing on him, so I'll just push on this M449 Lima, come up and over, auto aim, and you'll notice I started to move before I was quite reloaded, so that just as I came over I was ready to shoot. Sorry there, FE. The Scorp is not the most agile tank in the world, not quite able to avoid that little collision. And now I'm just trying to grab more damage. This ends up being a 1900 damage game, so not the most amazing damage game ever. But I'm still in it, right? I'm still shooting, I'm still getting kills. I've got 3. Now I crawl up that hill so that, because I knew he was there, so I'll crawl up that hill so I can get altitude right there, elevation. And I find just that edge of his turret. He's not paying attention. I take the time to zoom completely in, and he dies. And now all that's left is, there goes the 251. Is Yardy, so more than likely they didn't find him over in the northeast corner, so I assume he's right over here. Turns out he is. I see him. Now one thing I want you to note what I did right there. I was swinging the turret, but the turret on this tank is very slow. So when you have a slow turret and you're doing something like moving in on them like this and you're trying to auto aim, what you can do is, while the turret's moving, is shift your hold towards them, and that will increase the speed at which your turret moves towards them as well. And you'll be able to get your gun on faster. We'll come in there and we'll end up killing this guy. And at the end of that, which looked like a complete disaster to begin with, as far as I looked like I was about to get just completely YOLO run over, I was able to get away, preserve my tank, come out with about 1900 damage and 5 kills. So there you go. Assess what is going on in the game and adjust accordingly, no matter what the meta happens to be. I hope you learned something. I hope this helped. If it did, make sure that you subscribe, and otherwise we will see you.